I think that's why Vince cashed out his billions that he got from the deal and actually cashed out his stock, is because I truly do think this is what he wants to do. He doesn't want to start another business. He wants to fight these suits tooth and nail all the way to the end. So
which is the opposite of admirable,
we'll
really.
See where it goes.
Fall on your sword.
Just don't make any more Netflix documentaries where you acknowledge that, like, oh, you think about wrestling? Think about sex.
We have been recording for the past 30 seconds.
Yes, Vince McMahon.
Because we're doing the little pre-show, little bumper thing here.
Speaking of which, who would love this sport? Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis.
No,
that's the only sport I'd love.
No, the women. The women have too much like self-confidence.
And they're way too
Do they? Do they? There was still the one with daddy issues. In fact, I'm pretty sure the only dialogue in this whole show you hear from a man is the one girl's father disapproving of her life.
Well, that's because men do not matter in the world of Keijo.
No, it's because you don't want the men's perspective in Keijo, because it is just all, what's the word I'm looking for? Objectifying. That's
right.
All this is.
I'm surprised any of the women had faces on the show. They could have saved so much money for the animators if we just didn't draw any faces. The back of heads, boobs and butts.
Welcome to everyone to Animesplaining.
There's the one scene where it is literally just a line of butts, like it is like just one of those pornos where the guy just goes from woman to woman to woman to woman to woman. That is what this show is.
I hope this is what my heaven looks like.
Welcome everyone to Animesplaining. We watched Keijo, a show that is ass positive.
I'm taking this as a win for the book, guys.
Yes, I would agree. Positive is ass positive. I will say that.
It's very ass positive.
Actually,
in fact, the sport of Keijo is too ass forward. Like, we need to do like when they're thinking about pulling back the 3-point line. We're in an ass heavy sport. We need to.
No, because believe me, I just watched that last episode an hour and a half ago. Because then the power of nipples come into play in that
That's
last
right.
episode.
It was a secret weapon.
Yep, that she can see through infrared. Because she has an infrared power. I don't.
Yes, because the show is silly.
Yeah,
you need to
heighten perv senses.
So, if anyone is not aware, Keijo is a sport. Not really. Well, Portugal is trying to make it a sport, which we watched about a minute of, and it is very sad looking. It's only a matter of time before someone slam balls their leg on that trampoline.
That's because you can't use Street Fighter powers and Ryu somebody off of the platform using like some sort of garbage Dragon Ball Z animation.
Yeah, it's like when I watched UFC for the first time after watching Dragon Ball Z for years. Like, what is this? Is what real fighting looks like? They're just hugging. There's a lot of hugging in this.
They catch like, oh, good thing you saved me, and she saved you with her boobs. Or like somehow you magically got your toes stuck in their bathing suit in their ass.
Like, it's even the point of a BBL if you're not going to do that. Waste of money.
But yes, in the sport of Keijo, which they explain pretty much in every single episode, you are on a platform called the land. The matches are called races for some reason. I'm not sure why.
The translation problem, honestly.
And you use your boobs and butt to knock each other off the platform or knock each other out in general. Oh no, you need to like be touching the platform or something. Like you need to like actually go down, or like you have
to be knocked off your feet. If any part of your body except your feet touches the platform, you're screwed, which is a pretty cool competitive element. I enjoy it. It's kind of like one of those matches where the ropes are on fire, like one of those. Like if you don't touch the ropes, you're good.
And the lands themselves don't seem to be regulated because they change literally depending on which match they're in.
Yeah. That's a cool element. There are cool elements.
It should be adopted in football, personally. Every stadium should offer a new obstacle in how it's put together.
In the middle of the field. Like,
just put off to the side. Just make it a sideshow.
Yeah.
So just like the cheerleaders, no cheerleaders. You actually go compete. Well, we have the pool over here.
Compete. Yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles, their field should be like a cityscape, and you need to play football building to building.
I would actually watch that. Just like the Lingerie Bowl is the only football I actually watch. This is something I would watch.
That would be terrible. A terrible, terrible idea. Because
boring people.
Because if they win a championship and you grease the light poles of the playing field,
yes,
bad idea.
I'm not hearing why it's a bad idea. Play in traffic.
Yeah, and then you just need the NFL to understand, like, okay, what is a good regulated theme for each area, and then football is suddenly interesting. It's not just watching people wait around for 2 hours with occasional action.
Why would the NFL regulate anything when they don't have to?
Because they're not Keijo, and Keijo is a perfect sport.
No hyperbole. It is just the perfect sport.
Puke.
But anyway, so this anime is interesting in that this is an ecchi anime, as similar to Outlaw Star and Bastard, where it's a little sleazy, it's a little goofy, but they are especially goofy in this, to the point which I think makes this show special. If Bastard is like your 1990s like any WWF storyline involving women, Keijo is just Tony Storm's current run in AEW. It is intentionally silly and goofy and just weird.
No, Keijo is the 2000s. It's the freaking Divas era with wrestlers, women that can't talk, they can't wrestle, they can't do anything but look good. But here they are doing all of that.
No, because the Keijo women have talent. They're able to do the Shoryukens.
If Bastard is 90s wrestling storylines, then Keijo is the like backyard wrestling videos where you'd have the vignettes of the pinups. That's what Keijo is.
It's 90s ECW.
With what it is. They are there to sell ass.
They are.
Not to sell the sport. They are there to sell
Keijo
ass.
is current NXT. Keijo is like NXT in its heyday, where I'm just watching for the buzz. But hey, they could wrestle too. It's a nice bonus that they could wrestle.
Jordan Grace doesn't sell ass to me. Jordan Grace is a good worker in ring. Yeah, Blake Monroe is gorgeous. But like, who else?
Jordan Grace is gorgeous. I don't care what anyone says. Jordan Grace in any year, in any decade is gorgeous.
Jordan Grace is good looking because she's short, which is great. She can wear 6-inch heels, and I'm still tall.
That's a factor?
Yes, when you're 5'7". That is a big factor, Marlon.
I guess that's fair. I like my tall girls.
Taller than me is not good.
Death by Snoop.
Had too many Christmas pageants as a young kid, where all of a sudden, like, hey, I'm like in the lower third of the class, and then the Christmas pageant is like, I am the second shortest kid in the class because everyone's wearing heels. Boo.
Just stand on their toes when you dance. That's all.
Childhood trauma aside, so what makes Keijo interesting to me, and interesting in the ecchi genre, is that while we haven't watched a lot of other ones aside from Bastard and things like that, but generally the ecchi anime are generally harem anime where you have a nondescript male protagonist, a bunch of ladies that want to bang him, and generally that's played for comedy, and the ladies themselves have no personality. In Keijo's case,
it's exactly the verse.
The what is interesting about it is that, one, it's the women's stories that are at the forefront. Like, men's stories don't matter in this. They just don't. They're occasionally shown as fans. They're occasionally shown as like very minor characters, but overall they don't matter. And pretty much absolutely every single character in this is positive. Even your like evil like dastardly characters are like, by the time they're beaten, are like, oh yeah, that was a good match. I needed to be beaten because I was way too good at this, and now that I'm beaten, I actually have something to strive for. And man, the sport of Keijo is really fun. And that positivity is very interesting because at the end of the day, it like makes this weirdly wholesome for a show that's about like kind of titillation and boobs and butts gain each other knocked off a platform.
Yeah, I appreciate the positive sportsmanship. It's a great promotion for the sport. You don't see that very often. And it makes you feel less icky. No one wants any bad vibes of software porn. Oh.
Wholesome, as I get kicked in the face.
I thought you brought your kid to talk about Keijo.
Yes. Say, this is wholesome. Keijo is just the reason why they portray the female characters as actually enjoying the sport, so you don't feel so shitty watching it.
That's what I said. No bad vibes.
And it's just there to be selling ass. That's what it is.
That's right. They want to be selling ass.
But the separation actually matters, and because of that, like, looking through the fandom...
No, it's the only way you can sell it without being called, like, pure objectification.
But yet, looking through the fandom, there's a ton of female Keijo fans. Like, they like this. It's like how there's a lot of female Kill la Kill fans. And if you want sleazy, Kill la Kill is sleazy.
Pretty fucking sleazy.
I consider probably Dan to Dan more edgy than this. Like, Dan to Dan
was straight up sexual.
Up my alley. No, at least Dan to Dan tries to have a story though as well. Like, this story is just like, I like this sport and I'm going to be the best one. And it seemed like every woman. See, I disagree that each one had like their own. Not really. All of them have the same personality. Where they're just shown to be just ditzy teenagers. They're just ditzy teenagers who want to try to be good at their sport and they're competing.
No, you have the top level people who are already at the top level and they want to stay there, and you have the one like weird older character who just wants to sleep with hot ladies. I guess that's like her entire
character. The coach was my best character. Just using her straight privilege to just sneak in there and sleep through the. I'm just one of the girls.
And you have the one whose entire personality has an accent. So like they exist.
You have the clumsy one. You have the stalker. Yeah.
Yep. Why don't we just have a show about how prison guards interact with female populations in jail?
You're on.
So that's what we have right there.
Because cool. then that's sleazy. There's no separation there. You need to have
sleazy. This whole show.
Not sleazy. You're just a prude. You're a prude.
Yeah.
Probably.
Boobs and butts exist.
The problem is that Joey is watching the show sexually, and everyone else watches the show for like
everyone is watching.
Holy crap!
When you have a line of asses throughout the entire show, and talking about how you blinded me because you took your top off because I'm sitting there and like got blinded by your boobs. Okay, who is not watching this show sexually? What this show is just simply one of those straight-to-video like sequels of National Lampoon or American Pie or any of this. Okay, this is American Pie Bandcamp. Again, fine for what it is, but just acknowledge that's what it is.
I think you're projecting a little bit, Joe.
I think you are projecting. I think what you're failing to see is that when people watch this show and they see a lady who has a spiritual wolf like show from her butt and flies at people like she's possessed and then says, "Good job, Cerberus," and spanks herself and her butt goes, "Brr." Like, no one is looking at that and going like, "Oh, I'm so fucking hard right now." Everyone's going, "This is fucking wacky."
Why are there cards flying out of her butt? It happened for no reason. Okay.
Like, you need to accept the fact that sex is funny,
you.
and that is what this is utilizing.
It's not funny.
It is just turning everything up to 11, so everything would be sexy in any other anime is just
that is
goofball.
American Pie Bandcamp. See what I can do with the flute.
American Pie is funny.
And isn't it cool that the flute makes noises? Cool. That's what that trick is. That's all it is. I can sit there and show any kind of gross out humor I want. But in the
show is equal parts fart jokes, and that only helps it. It's both too mature and immature, so it balances out. It's funny.
Yeah,
it's funny.
In essence, this show is the exact same style of humor as The Naked Gun, both the modern ones and the previous ones. Like, to give you a little bit of a spoiler for the current Naked Gun, there is a long aside in the current Naked Gun where Pam Anderson and Liam Neeson go to a cabin together. They do a magical incantation to like make a snowman come to life. They have a threesome with the snowman. The snowman gets jealous because they're only focused on themselves, and then it becomes a horror movie for about 3 minutes until they defeat this snowman and then go back to the rest of the movie. Like,
that just convinced me to watch it. That was a good job. That should have been in the trailers.
But this is, like, I think you are missing the fact that you should be laughing at this, and you should be finding, like, it being absolutely, like, balls to the wall, like, silly. You're supposed to just find that really funny instead of actively titillating.
Yeah, you can't be a perv and watch
I'm not titillated. I'm not titillated and I'm not laughing.
Shame, liar.
I'm just like, cool. This is exactly what I think anime is. Again.
Yeah, it is that.
It's bastard. It's like, if we're going to let people tell us what they think it is, why not just go full steam ahead?
Right. It's like Hail Satan and metal. If you think metal is so devilish, if you think it's so demonic and anti-Christian, here's demon and menagerie everywhere. So just same thing here. Well, here's the boobs and butts you thought was going to be here anyway. So might as well lean into it.
Yeah, here's Death Clock doing death metal about that's a coffee commercial, and
yeah, like, let's just lean into this shit. Fucking.
Where they play this coffee commercial and like a whole bunch of people die from being scalded with hot coffee. It's the same humor. This is an Adult Swim show at the end of the day.
Yeah, a very literal Adult Swim show.
Robot Chicken is funny.
Occasionally.
And there are multiple jokes. You're not telling the same joke over and over and over
at the same time.
This is Big Bang Theory that doesn't land. It's the same joke over and over and over again. Big Bang Theory is still the same joke over and over again. It's just the difference is that one, it's better acted, and two, some of the jokes land.
But honestly, I feel like the show would be a lot funnier to you if you were exposed to more sports anime, because this kind of makes fun of those sports animes, and that's what all sports really is.
I tried watching sports anime, Marlon. Tony will tell you, and I made it through 4 episodes.
Yeah, we tried to watch iShield 21, which granted is not a good one of those. But yeah, this is similar to, Hajime no Ippo or
exactly what I thought of.
Or like even Baki the Grappler to an extent, except Baki, like, you have people like tearing each other's limbs off effectively.
Like I get on that one.
You would love both Baki the Grappler and Kengan Asura. Those are two big meaty men fighting anime.
Or Tiger Mask. It also reminded me of Tiger Mask.
What was the other one? And I will count this as a sports anime. We watched Tiger Mask.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which sucked.
Yeah, it did. The cameos were nice, but it wasn't that good of a show. Hajime no Ippo is still king.
Keijo is better than Tiger Mask. I'm glad you agree.
Was it?
Yes.
Was it?
Very clearly.
It was.
I feel like
At least
I
it didn't
wonder
take
what
itself
I will
seriously.
remember more of in a month. Will I remember more Tiger Mask or will I remember more? I'll probably remember.
You remember more Keijo.
Yeah, you're going to remember the vacuum butt cannon. You're going to remember, Cerberus. You're going to remember the weird, like, vibrating butt technique that makes a lady come, and that's why she gets defeated.
I also didn't remember that.
How do you not? Someone was on their phone.
Because I don't want to. Like, I hear the dialogue and I'm like, tune out. God.
See, and the dialogue is specifically made for you because they're always explaining. It's like, oh, well, what she does is she flips around a bunch of times to gain momentum. And
I don't want overly explained objectification dialogue. I don't need sports. I don't need, like, these are why boobs exist. Cool. Thank you, show.
Yeah, you gotta know that. You gotta know why technically things work.
She's able to turn around so quickly that her boobs become her butt.
Right. Like, this is why Asians have fat butts. I didn't know that. I learned a thing watching the show. I didn't know it was educational.
I don't know if that's actually scientifically true when they give that information.
Now I gotta look it up. Because it could just be racist. It could be regular racist.
Yeah, Keijo in, like, episode 3 drops this thing where it's like, oh, did you know that women in the Western world actually have, like, a higher hip bone, and that makes their butts perkier? It's like, I'm not sure if that's true, but it's an interesting factoid.
It's genetically different. I gotta look that up. Genetic advantage, butts.
Now, does the story have right that, like, could you get a bunch of men in a stadium and bet the shit out of this? Of course you can.
Oh, that's why they say it's popular. It's like, oh, this is the one that you can bet on. They understood modern sports before modern sports became so ridiculous with Gundam. 2018, 2019?
When did the NFL really go all in on Vegas?
I feel like the FanDuel stuff and absolutely everything, like, it existed back then, but it didn't go full bore until, like, post-COVID, it felt like.
Okay. Because when did the XFL, to their credit, when they first tried it again, when did Vince McMahon bring, because that's when they put the betting lines on the,
I forgot it came back.
I'm not saying it was great. I'm just saying, like, that was something that they did that you didn't see before, was another example, and that you've seen them kind of go full all in on. But was that 2019 or was that post-COVID? No, it was during COVID because they blamed for why it failed.
Yeah,
that's right.
Another terrible idea. I'll give this during COVID.
I'll give this credit for being ahead of its time on the commentary towards the betting market,
the sports betting. And it's very easy to bet because, like, oh, there can only be one winner or something like that. It's like they go into it for, like, a solid, like, 3-4 minutes.
They do. The best part of this entire show.
No, best part of the entire show is, I think,
the butts. Yeah.
It's whenever they decide to spend budget and you have a lady who moves in a way that is not physically possible and just goofy.
Or freaking uppercuts with their asses.
or you have, like, the one lady who doesn't do anything for the entire series, who's then able to, like, take you to the butt dimension of every single butt she's seen.
I might need a live action adaptation.
That's the one. Is that the one where there's just a line throughout?
That's the one, like, where it's, like, all golden, like, wormholes that show up with people's butts.
Gold wall. And butts pop out of it. In a grid pattern.
I'm just saying, like, great show or greatest show?
satirical genius, really, in the show. Like I'm tempted to elevate it above Bastard for that. Like, you know what? You really know what you're doing, and you're really leaning into it even harder.
I can see it as satirical in the fact that this is what your shonen anime is, right? Because every fight scene is just a shonen, just put up to the level of like JoJo's Adventure Goofy.
Yep. And Nozomi like grits her teeth, shows fighting spirit, and ends up winning with panache or pluck. Or in the case,
more develops a split personality because she's pushed so hard, which is like an anime staple.
Yeah.
Anime cookie cutter animation with the stupid white big eyes when something doesn't go your way, or this like the lines around the fist, like look at my
speed lines. They help you go faster.
Get that Dragon Ball Z bullshit out of here. And I get it. They want to be satirical, but I hate that animation. I hate it.
Joey, I better hear you talking about how much you hate this animation when you watch the Demon Slayer movie, because you know you're going to get some of that. And you love Demon Slayer. You like Demon Slayer more than Marlon and I.
I've complained about the animation in Demon Slayer. Now, Demon Slayer has a story where sometimes I can overlook it. But yes, I will complain when I get that demon. It's one of the reasons I don't like Blonde Dude, whose name I forget again.
Marlon and I were ready to not go and see the movie. We were ready to go like, oh, the Hashira training arc was terrible. And you were like, oh, perfect last episode. We need to see how this ends.
I did say that. And then we're going to discover that's why we said the movie is just going to be them falling and a clip show.
It is not.
For you, I hope that's what it is.
I have already looked up what happens in the movie because it's already out in Japan, and I can say they make some very good decisions for a first movie if it's 3 of them.
I hope someone dies. I hope someone important dies. I should take that back. Someone is clearly going to die.
And don't forget that you're also going to be watching 2 movies because the Chainsaw Man movie is in October.
That's my anime of the year.
And guess what you need to do, Joey, when we do the Chainsaw Man movie? You're going to actually have to watch the first season.
You stopped right before it got really good. That still pisses me off.
Yep, because you said
amazing finale. Didn't I make it to 10?
You made it. You said you made it to like 6.
Okay, that might be true.
You made it to like the end of the hotel, and you're like, oh, I'm done.
And now you're making me watch the movie of something you know I hate.
No, I'm telling you to finish the actual season and then watch the movie because it goes in a line. This is Chainsaw Man's Mugen Train, effectively.
Yeah.
And you like
Mugen Train. I did like Mugen Train because I liked season 1 of Demon Slayer, and then I liked Mugen Train, and then I hated season 3, and then season 4 was there. And then season 5, I didn't love. Was there a season? Yeah. Because there's a Swordsmith.
Yeah, season 5 is Hashira Training. Season 4 is Swordsmith Village. And season 3, the best season, is the Entertainment District.
Get that.
Swag Hashira.
Yeah, just 75% fight scene is what that 3rd season is.
Yeah.
Here's 2 episodes of story, and the rest is fight scene.
Mugen Train was better. Because Mugen Train, they actually had stakes. And they actually kill somebody that had meaning, and that actually had charisma on top of that. Unlike any other Hashira they show on that goddamn show.
Well, in retrospect, yes, they get, like I said, they give themselves a big pat on the back. But we're not letting Demon Slayer take over for Keijo here. Keijo is perfect in every way.
Yes. Because it's intentionally this. It's when it's intentional.
Good thing this will leave my brain at some point.
So you say no redeeming qualities in Keijo. Animation, like story, boob puns, so many boob puns.
The animation is pretty solid.
The story and dialogue are simple but dumb. Like the redeeming quality we just said, like, hey, commentary on the betting market, that was before its time. Great. Like, that's the rest of it is okay. This is what I think anime is. So for people like me you're playing into what I think, and I think that was your goal, and that's okay.
It was my goal. I knew you would hate this.
And that's why, like, didn't we just say, like, nobody really watched this show? That's why it didn't have a second season?
No, it did. So it didn't get a second season because not enough people watched it. But it was successful.
Yeah.
Like, it was successful in that, like, people remembered it, people enjoyed it. But I think the issue is that when you're making an ecchi anime in the modern sense right now, you're intentionally having your market. Like, you're basically going like, oh, this is only for a certain set of people, and then eventually more and more people went back to it because they heard like, here's this goofy thing, and by then everyone's moved on to other projects.
Like, you can only grow it via word of mouth. That
yeah.
makes sense, actually.
Yeah. Like me, if Andor. I tried like 3 times, kept falling asleep. Apparently season 2 was worth staying for. So now I like it, and it's gone, because that's how that works. Like Firefly all over again.
Well, granted, the actual story is kind of over with those 2 seasons. It's like those 2 seasons in Rogue One. It's like, okay, we're done. Like everything.
Season 2, they squeezed in like 4 storylines for that very reason. Like, this was supposed to be stretched on, and they just like, no, we don't have time now. Now you gotta finish.
We're not going to convince Disney here for another one of these.
Yeah. There's 4 time jumps in the same show. Like, okay, I get it. Sorry, I didn't watch the first time.
So before we get into like setting for upcoming stuff, I guess we'll talk about scores and everything else here. So, Joey, what is your score for Keijo? Using the Super Eye Patch Wolf system of 1 being completely insulting to your intelligence, 2 is bad but with good qualities, 3 is I did not feel robbed, 4 is good but with something that kind of just sits in your brain and bothers you about it, 5 good for the genre, 6 is exemplary for the genre, and 7 is so good it has redefined what good is.
I feel bad that I gave Bastard a 1.
Yeah. See,
I want to give this a
1.5
just for the commentary on the betting markets. But I can't say anything else good about this show. I really cannot.
I think you giving this a 1 speaks more to you than it does to the show.
Yeah. Animation is top notch.
My love of anime.
That is some clean animation.
I'm arguing a show versus 2 guys that love anime versus 1
and butts.
Well, you have so how about this? You have friends at the gym that watch anime that have gone like, oh, we watched Demon Slayer, we watched Kaiju number 8, we watched something else. I think Solo Leveling. Did they watch? Until you
that was DJ's masseuse watches Solo, has watched Solo.
Yeah, so say like, hey, I just watched this show called Keijo and I'm interested in your opinion on it. Give this a watch on Crunchyroll and report back and tell me if they like it.
Because I gave her my synopsis of what this show is, having watched it when she was here earlier tonight, and she's like, yeah, I don't think I will watch that one.
Well, you're giving a synopsis with the Joey lens. If you need to sell it as like, hey, it's a sports anime that's very silly.
Just say nothing, just put it on, and just watch their expression the entire time. That's the real way you do it. You just wait for a response.
But that would be my challenge to you, is get someone else to watch it like completely clean and see what their reaction is, because I think the problem is in your own brain rather than how Keijo was made.
I seriously doubt that. Let me have Ashley watch it right now and see what she thinks.
I think the Joey don't protest too much.
Ashley,
you're going to find them covered.
Do you want to watch a show where they are on a platform in a pool in bikinis, and the only rule is you have to knock your opponent down using only your boobs or your butt? What kind of show do you think that is? Poor. There you go. Or porn.
No.
Did you say poor or porn? Okay, you said porn. Not poor. Yeah, she says is her favorite male athlete. That would tell her on.
So
if it was a show about dicks, it would be better. She'd watch it. It was like your dick's like wrapping around each other, like trying to pull each other in a tug of war.
That's fine. So let's make that one, and we'll see if it's if the male version of Keijo is the same as the female version.
And that
of Keijo.
show is called Baki the Grappler. Or Hajime no Ippo, really, because I mean Hajime no Ippo legitimately has a side, not a side plot, but a running joke about how big the main character's dick is.
Just so you know, a little fact.
Yeah, he gets pants, and then they play like an elephant noise every time.
I mean, that was Celebrity Deathmatch when Ron Jeremy faces Tommy Lee.
That you remember, of course. That's stuck in your memory.
I do.
And Hajime no Ippo is older than Celebrity Deathmatch.
Really?
Yeah, it's like from the 80s.
It's wild, yeah. Yeah, a lot of it actually.
Now it doesn't precede Rocky because it's very Rocky coded, but it's but it's Hajime no Ippo's anime Rocky is really what it is. So
which honestly, all sports anime is, including this one. That's why it's such a good parody of this stuff. It's all Rocky. Every sport is Rocky. What, my score?
Yep. What is your score?
This is just like training school.
That's I hate that I'm gonna have to give it the most basic score, but it's a 4, and that's only because there were no stakes. There was no real villain to really go up against. I mean, Hajime no Ippo had some pretty rough villains in it. This one is just like, here's the opposing team. You're supposed to hate them. Like that's it's not enough for me.
No villain.
This winning is not enough for me.
Yeah,
I watch wrestling in the first place.
There are just other teams, so I understand that criticism. I still give it a 5. That is the show's failing, is that there's not, like, they show these like high level Keijo players that are at the Keijo Academy, and then they just beat them in like the 3rd or 4th episode, and then it's just about facing a new team each and every time. So
that's not enough to bring me back.
Yeah, and I think in the manga they introduce like a really, really big team, and I mean that like even at the end of this anime, it's like, oh, they've really made a name for themselves. Now the true professionals are going to be coming out, and they're like teasing that like, oh, we're going to get the big arc of like, this is when the actual big teams with real shit come in, but they didn't get a second season.
They shouldn't have followed Rocky. What they should have followed was the Mighty Ducks. Like, Iceland was pretty friggin' despicable. It made me hate Iceland as a country until I discovered, oh wait, it's just a movie. That's not how they act. But if you followed that system a lot better, if you had like a team of underdogs, oh, these guys suck at Keijo. They're terrible. They all have flat butts. They have to develop their techniques. Then it would be something worth watching. Instead, they come in, they have techniques already. They're already professionals. They're already the best in the world. Well, where are you going from there, really? You're already at the top of your game. What are you learning here? There's nothing new. It's like coming into Dragon Ball. It's like, oh, Goku's already a Super Saiyan. He's the best one. He's going to win.
What would it be like if this sport had their own version of Tom Brady? Just win championship after championship.
That's essentially what the one evil lady is that has like the multiple personalities. Like, it's just like, oh, she's so good that she's, like, formed a separate personality that's worse at this sport.
It's useless.
That's a really little one.
She's the one who Nozomi faced at the very end.
Oh.
Yeah, her hair went from blonde to gray. Her mom had her break a bed with her butt at a young age, which I guess is traumatic or something.
Show is goofy.
I hate this show.
Watch more sports anime. You'll get it. I think it's a little highbrow for you, Joey. It's a little up there. You can't comprehend.
This went right over my head.
Sophistication that goes into Keijo.
I question whether or not you would like Golden Boy, Joey, because Golden Boy is like...
Oh, that's the one you've talked about as like the gold standard for ecchi.
Yeah, another like really pervy, but it's hilarious. But it definitely has like jokes that you need to be
to land. Like again, like to you, what is sillier? Is this show sillier than Big Bang Theory?
Yes.
Yes. Easily.
The jokes
and
land.
It's funnier.
Big Bang Theory is still silly. And again, like this show, the jokes are still really the same joke.
You are talking to someone who, whenever I saw a rerun of Big Bang Theory before an AEW like show, I would just sit steel faced, like just like
who's laughing at this?
It's funny the first time, but in the end, it's the same joke.
But I hadn't seen the episode before, and it wasn't funny.
Yeah, I've never seen a single episode of Big Bang Theory more than once. It's always the same joke. Autistic people are funny, and that's not a joke.
Well, it's the same joke. The core joke of Big Bang Theory is always the same one. Will these nerds get laid? Always the same joke.
Okay.
Sure, then the answer is yes. Like,
well, yes. I mean, eventually they do, and then you keep telling the story for.
They're awkward. They're different. Oh, it's like a team of Urkels.
That's why every episode is just like, how do we make them nerds? So, like, we'll basically ask the same question over again. That's why, again, like, some jokes land, but over time you're just telling the same joke. That's why, like, I can't make it past season 2 of Big Bang Theory. You're like, cool, I'm watching the same thing.
It's like listening
to Linkin Park. If you've heard Meteora, you've heard all of their stuff.
I hate that that's fair. As someone who enjoys all of their stuff, I hate that that's fair.
I mean, it's different now that they got the female lead singer, so they might sound vaguely slightly different.
They don't.
They don't.
Yeah. Get that out of your head. It's like Alice in Chains pre and post Lane Staley stuff. They're different.
The problem with the new lead singer of Linkin Park is I've already heard Linkin Park songs covered by female artists, and they sound better than the current lead singer.
Why did you hire them? Hire one of those.
So now it's just like, oh, I'm hearing a cover, but worse. That's fun. But this is a new
Amy
song.
Lee's right there. She's not doing anything. Evanescence isn't doing anything to get Amy Lee.
No, she's doing something. She did a song with the Ballerina movie.
Oh shit! Yeah, right. That came out. Okay, I take my words back.
Yeah,
I mean, she tours too, doesn't she? She's still on tour. Because I got a notification that I could go see Amy Lee at or probably Evanescence, probably not Amy Lee. Still, same thing.
Yeah. I don't want this anymore.
But yeah, so far it's an interesting season 2. Apparently, it's only going to get like 3 seasons, from what I hear, because the manga I think is done. Like all the mangas are just ending. My Hero Academia ended. Like My Hero Academia's spinoff ended.
Because why come out with mangas when you could just put them on screen?
Well, One Piece is still going. It will just go forever.
One Piece will outlive us all, and that's kind of depressing.
But the reason why I showed that off is we need to figure out a thing. We need to figure out what we're doing alongside Demon Slayer. Because Joey, you said you're fine with doing 2 projects next month. Because one of them is just a 2.5 hour long movie. I think it's 2.5 hours long. It's definitely longer.
It'll be fine. I get popcorn and pop and cherry sweet tart ropes. We'll be good.
But I'm leaving it so you and Marlon can discuss amongst yourselves right now, but we'll make a decision here. But I'm between 3 options as per usual. The first one is currently getting pretty good reviews. I watched the first episode yesterday. This might be in Joey's wheelhouse, but Marlon, you'll probably think it's boring. I watched the first episode and I thought it was a little boring. But it's called Leviathan. It's on Netflix. It is a story about an alternate history, World War I, where there is a faction of Darwinists which have bred animals to basically be weird giant chimera things. Like, they basically ride, like, dinosaurs into battle, effectively.
Do they talk?
No.
I'm interested.
Versus, like, steampunk cyborg things.
How would I not like that?
It's done.
What planet is that not interesting?
Because the first episode isn't very interesting. It's very slow moving.
You made steampunk.
Fight.
But the animation team is the same people who did Trigun Stampede, so it is that 3D style for it.
Oh, like Arcane, kind of?
No, not like Arcane.
Of course, K-pop Demon Hunters.
No, not like K-pop Demon Hunters either.
So good.
So
interview that.
In my head. I've watched that movie 4 goddamn times. No.
But you get.
Which, by the way, she came home today because her friend. Oh, Brooklyn! I watched Demon Slayer too, so now we have to watch Demon Slayer all over again together.
Well, you need to get caught up.
Great. She has to watch it. She has to watch it on my Netflix account because they don't have Demon Slayer on the kids' profile.
As they shouldn't.
I watched I got caught up on Demon Slayer the only way you should, which is by watching only the good fights and getting caught up and skipping all the comedy episodes.
Like I said, I do want to see Brooklyn's face in that first season where the blob eats the child.
Oh, you're going to get the very first episode where their entire family's dead.
That's true.
Yeah. Right into the tragedy. We're Batmaning this.
I'm glad that Brooklyn has started her goth era, so.
Yeah.
Shut it.
Your parents spend a lot of time at either Hot Topic or Sephora. Lots of black eyeliner in your future. Doors being slammed. You wouldn't get it, Dad.
Instead of Demon Slayer, let's watch Keijo. It is much more wholesome.
God
damn. There's much less violence.
So much more wholesome.
Daddy, I found what I want to be when I grow up. I moved to Portugal.
Demon Hunter or Keijo? You gotta pick one. Your destiny.
But option number 2 is something that started its 30-year anniversary. They dropped a video that was special for it, like with modern animation of this 90s ass anime, since it's from 97. Okay. And that's getting started on watching all of Gundam Wing. So that is 50 episodes that we would need to get started on, and we would need to watch it 13 episodes at a time.
And it's new animation. I am game.
Oh yeah, and Endless Waltz. I forgot that Endless Waltz is a thing.
The best one.
Okay, what's option 3?
Option
Obviously not that one.
Option 3.
No, I mean, I'm probably gonna let you get the pick, Marlon. I do this show still. Obviously, I'm a glutton for punishment.
So option 3 will require me to look up where I can find the original and not Brotherhood. But if you're looking at a early anime that had an impression on my childhood and something that is in a fictionalized World War One, why not both and do the original Full Metal Alchemist?
Oh yeah,
but I
required viewing.
But I would need to find where the original is, because Brotherhood is true to the manga. Like, Brotherhood actually follows the manga directly, whereas original Full Metal Alchemist got ahead of the manga, and then by the time they got about halfway, they had gone so far past it and changed enough plot points just in their filler that they just said, we're just ending it our own way. Fuck it. And I think the ending is personally a little better. But you would need to see that for context. And that's another one where it's like 50 some episodes. So that would be another one that is kind of slow going between them.
All right, Marlon, you got your 3. What are you going to subject me to?
I am leaning into Full Metal Alchemist of the 3. I mean, it's a lot of episodes to watch, but I am also game because I missed it the first time. And by the time I tried to watch it, like, this is too many episodes to catch up with. I'm not doing that. And I just dropped it and thought, hey, maybe the fan base will drop it too, and no one will talk about this ever again. But years later, there's still memes that I don't understand. So I'm willing to watch this way more than willing to watch One Piece. I'm not catching up with One Piece. It's never happening.
I'm actually game for that. 1, Full Metal. If we can dive deep into the origins of your guys' great. 2, I think it's on Netflix. I've definitely seen Full Metal.
Brotherhood is on Netflix. That's the problem, because we're specifically looking for Full Metal Alchemist 2003. So.
Man, I skipped out on it now.
I will actively look for it and see if I can find it. It looks like it might be available on Fandango, so maybe it's actually.
If not that, then YouTube, like Outlaw Star.
So Jace should just start buying episodes.
No, I would just buy the season, to be honest. But let's check the Fandango app.
It might be worth the money.
Because this is history. This is preservation.
Right. In a digital sense.
As I give dead air. Okay, it's apparently not on Fandango.
No editing.
So let's check one more thing. Full Metal Alchemist 2003. So there's Blu-rays. Cool. That doesn't help me.
Force me to buy it, you jerks.
Prime Video. Can I just purchase it off Prime? Doop. Not available in your region.
Bugger. What is with this show?
Might need to pirate it.
Yeah. Sailing the high seas.
So what's
back to YouTube?
What is your second option in case I do not?
YouTube's got it.
In case I cannot find a viable and easy means to watch it, what is the second option?
I'm curious about that steampunk freaking Chimera show you brought up now.
Leviathan?
Now I want to watch Leviathan.
It's only 13 episodes, so
it's a solid backup. 13 episodes is easy. I watched this in an evening.
Alrighty. So next episode will be that. It will either be the first 13 episodes of Full Metal Alchemist, or it's going to be the entirety of Leviathan, and then near the end of September we'll do Demon Slayer, because that is culturally significant on the 13th, I think. So I'll try to see that literally its opening weekend. That way we can do a quick turnaround.
I probably will too. Be honest with you.
You're going to see it with a bunch of smelly anime fans. I hope you realize that. That theater's going to be full.
That's fine. That won't bother me. Again, I'll have And it's not like I'm sitting there being like the big bastion of hygiene, as I still haven't showered all day from being at the gym this
When
morning.
you are in that theater, ask them what they feel about Keijo.
Look at Mike. That's professional.
You'll know what it is. And they'll even say it sounds gross.
They'll be like, I'm 12.
When you do it.
But anyway, that is Animesplaining for the month of August. We will take a look at what we can do next time. Hopefully I can get Full Metal Alchemist 2003 going in some way, shape, or form. I'll just find a bunch of pirated episodes and just mail USBs to you guys. Like they're dead drops. But in the meantime, I have a solo stream at this point, and I also do a stream with Marlon. For the solo stream, I'm going to start playing through in its entirety Dark Souls after beating XCOM original for the first time, which took me forever.
I might comment on that too, not gonna lie. I might just show up. I might just pop up as a guest star and start talking about Dark Souls, but that looks fascinating to me.
And Marwin, I will be doing 2 episodes of Final Fantasy VII Original, so he will know the context when we actually play Final Fantasy VII Remake on the Sunday show.
That's the one I have to be there for. That one's guaranteed, Mark.
I do need to be there. I still have not played the remake.
Okay, so you can sit in as well. We normally do it like at around 7 or 8 o'clock on Sundays, but obviously the next 2 weeks we'll be doing original and then hitting the other one. And I need to figure out how this capture card works as far as sharing screens and things like that. So I'll figure that out on my own time. But in the meantime, tune in case I feel like just streaming Magic the Gathering or something on a random morning. But I will hit the stop streaming button, and we will see you next time with either Full Metal Alchemist or Leviathan.